Ma'am, step away from the door.
That would be my door, officer, and I'm already on my own porch.
I need to verify that. A neighbor reported someone trying to break in.
Reported by who? Mrs. Ellsworth over there?
I didn't
I
recognize.
walk this block every morning, same jacket, same keys. Here, deeds in my
All
name
right,
since
looks
19...
Racist cops corner a quiet 68-year-old black woman on the porch of her own house, shouting at her like she's a criminal. Neighbors gather. Phones record. One officer even reaches for his gun, yelling, "Step away from the door. This is not your home." But what he doesn't know, the woman he's threatening? The woman he thinks is trespassing? She's one of the most decorated intelligence officers ever to serve in the United States. And when the truth hits him, it will tear his world apart. Before we begin this wild story, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more powerful life-changing stories. And drop a comment below telling us where in the world you're watching from. Now, let's get into it. Ma'am, move your hands where I can see them. Now. That's the first thing the crowd hears. Officer Bradley North, tall, red-faced, and furious, is planted on the wooden porch steps like a guard dog. His right hand twitches near his holster. Sweat sticks to his neck even though the morning air is cool. Across from him stands Ms. Loretta Chambers, a small, silver-haired black woman in navy walking clothes, still breathing slightly fast from her morning walk. She holds her house keys in one hand, her water bottle in the other. Nothing else. "Sir, what are you doing on my porch?" she asks, soft but steady. North steps forward like she just threatened him with a weapon. "Don't play games with me. You do not live here. Step away from the door." A couple of neighbors peek from behind bushes. One woman whispers, "Is she really trying to break in?" The officer continues shouting, "Put the keys down. Step away. Now." Loretta blinks in disbelief. She has not even touched the door yet. Loretta Chambers doesn't look like anyone powerful. She wears simple blue sneakers that are starting to fade at the edges. An old canvas backpack hangs off one shoulder. Her curly gray hair is tied back in a loose bun. Her sweatshirt has tiny lint balls from too many washes. She looks like a retired grandmother. A teacher. Someone who bakes cookies and volunteers at the library. And that's exactly why no one in this neighborhood realizes who she used to be. Years ago, Loretta served the United States in ways almost no one will ever know. Her official records are sealed. Her missions are locked behind clearance levels most officers like North will never touch. During her final year in government service, she received a medal from the president himself, handed to her in a quiet back room of the Pentagon. But she keeps all of that hidden. Even her neighbors don't know. She just wants a peaceful life. A warm house. A clean porch. A simple morning walk. But today, her peace is under attack. Officer North steps closer, his boots loud on the wooden porch. "I said drop. The keys." Loretta doesn't move. "Officer, these are my keys. This is my house. I've lived here 24 years. You are making a mistake." North scoffs. Funny because dispatch got a call from the homeowner. She says an unknown intruder, black female, late 50s or early 60s is trying to force entry. Loretta's brow lifts. "I am the homeowner." North barks a laugh like she told a joke. "No, you're not." The neighbor described the owner clearly. Elderly white woman. "That's who lives here. Not you." Loretta takes a slow breath. Every part of her wants to shout, to curse, to push back. But she doesn't. She knows how officers like him behave when challenged. "Sir," she says softly, "go to my mailbox. Read the name. It's right there on the metal plate." North doesn't budge. "Step off the porch or I will detain you." "You want to arrest me for standing on my own porch?" she asks. "For trespassing," he snaps. "And for refusing to follow orders." Loretta closes her eyes for 1 second. Just one. Inside her mind, she hears something her old mentor once said. Power isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. Real power waits. Watches. Strikes at the perfect moment. She keeps still. She waits. The neighbors murmur louder as North reaches for her wrist. "Don't touch me," Loretta says, calm but razor sharp. He freezes, surprised at the firmness in her voice. But then, like he needs to prove he's in control, he yanks his hand forward again. "Ma'am, you are resisting orders. Last warning." "Bradley." A voice cuts through the air like a hammer. Everyone turns. Standing on the sidewalk is Marjorie Ellsworth, age 74, shaking with anger and fear. She is the neighbor who called. Her silver hair is perfectly curled, her cardigan too neat for a Saturday morning. Her lips tremble as she points directly at Loretta. "That's her. That's the woman I told you about. She's always walking up and down the street, pretending like she lives here. She's been snooping around for weeks. Loretta stares at her. I've lived here longer than you have, Marjorie. Marjorie pales. Don't you lie to me. I know the owner. She's a lovely white lady. And you, she gestures wildly, you don't match any description for this house. Officer North nods, puffing up with confidence. You heard her, ma'am. Step down. Loretta tightens her grip on her keys. She refuses to move. North's voice turns cold. Shouldn't have come back to the scene, ma'am. Makes you look guilty. Loretta says nothing. Inside, her heart hurts. Not because of fear, but because she's lived this exact moment too many times in her life. Being stared at like she doesn't belong. Being treated like she's a threat for simply existing. Being told she looks wrong for a place she earned. And all these years later, after all she's done for her country, she still stands here being judged by skin, not truth. North signals to another officer arriving on the street. Officer Grant Fuller, younger, taller, hand already on his taser. The scene turns heavier. North speaks like he's announcing a victory. Officer Fuller, we have a trespasser refusing to leave the porch. Homeowner has confirmed she's lying. Fuller nods stiffly. Want me to cuff her? Loretta stares at them. Two grown men ready to arrest a 68-year-old grandmother holding nothing but house keys. Her voice stays gentle. You are about to make the biggest mistake of your careers. North smirks. That a threat? No, Loretta says. A fact. Bystanders gasp. Phones rise higher. Someone whispers, this is gonna be bad. North grabs her wrist. Loretta doesn't resist. She doesn't even flinch. Because she knows something they don't. Something that's coming. Something that will flip everything. Just as Officer North begins twisting her arm behind her back, a black SUV turns the corner at high speed. It moves too smoothly, too quietly. Like something official. Government issued. It stops right in front of the house. Two men in dark suits step out. They don't walk. They move with purpose. Neighbors go silent. The officers freeze. The men scan the scene, see Loretta in cuffs, and their expressions turn to pure ice. One of them says into a tiny earpiece, we found her. And she's being detained by local police. Notify command. Now. North blinks. Who are you? The man doesn't look at him. He looks only at Loretta. Ma'am, are you hurt? Every head turns toward her. Officer North's grip loosens without him realizing it. Marjorie's face drains of all color. Loretta lifts her chin. Her quiet, gentle voice cuts the air clean. Boys, you're late. Fade out. Silence, thick, heavy silence, wraps around the porch like a storm cloud. Officer Bradley North still holds Loretta's wrist, but now his fingers shake. Officer Fuller shifts, unsure if he should let go, step back, or pretend this never happened. The two men in black suits stand in front of the porch steps, blocking everything behind them. They look nothing like the local police. Their black SUV idles quietly at the curb, engine barely making a sound. Its windows are dark, too dark to be normal. Every neighbor watches with wide eyes, phones half raised but no longer recording. Something tells them this is bigger than anything they understand. The first suited man steps forward. Tall, clean-shaved, calm eyes that somehow feel like they've seen everything. Ma'am, he says again, are you hurt? Loretta shakes her head. Her voice is soft, almost too soft for the moment. No, I am fine. But thank you. Officer North swallows hard, trying to gather himself. Hey, what's going on here? He barks, though his voice cracks at the end. This is a police investigation. I need to know who you are. The suited man does not even blink. He simply pulls a badge from his inner coat pocket. Silver black, heavy, engraved with symbols only a few people alive recognize. The badge catches sunlight. Officer North's mouth falls open. He doesn't understand it, not really, but he knows it outranks him. Wait, is that? The agent cuts him off. Agent Darius Cole. U.S. Intelligence Support Command. Officer North stutters. Intel. Intel support, what? Agent Cole steps up onto the porch, chest to chest with Officer North. Release her. North's hand falls away instantly. Fuller steps back too, eyes darting from Cole to Loretta to the SUV. Marjorie Ellsworth, the neighbor who made the call, clutches her purse like it's a shield. What is happening? She whispers. The second agent, a woman named Agent Paige Mercer, stands near Marjorie and looks her up and down, slow, disappointed, knowing. Ma'am, Mercer says, you might want to stay quiet for a moment. Agent Cole turns back to Loretta. Ma'am, HQ sent us the moment your emergency beacon activated. Officer Fuller blinks. Her what? Loretta gives a tiny smile. My ID badge. In my shoe. There's a panic chip in it. I stepped wrong while walking. Apparently it tripped. Cole nods, relieved. We thought something happened to you. Loretta lifts her foot slightly. Well, something did. Her eyes slide to Officer North like a blade. North freezes. What does that mean? He asks, voice trembling. Agent Cole answers instead. Miss Chambers is a protected national asset. The crowd gasps. Even the birds seem to stop chirping. North frowns. What? Agent Mercer steps up. During her service, she executed operations that saved thousands of American lives. Some of her missions are still classified. She has clearance levels above regional directors. She is under federal watch at all times. Cole adds, she's also a Medal of Valor recipient. And one of the most successful intelligence officers of her generation. Stunned silence. Phones drop. Jaw muscles twitch. Marjorie nearly falls backward onto her garden fence. Loretta stands still, hands folded in front of her, tiny and calm like always. North stares at her as if he's seeing her for the first time. You're not just some old lady. Loretta tilts her head. I am an old lady. I just happen to be an old lady who served her country in ways you can't imagine. Agent Cole turns toward Officer North. His tone changes. Cole, sure. Unforgiving. Officer Bradley North, correct? North straightens, eyes wide. Yes, sir. Cole steps closer. You detained a protected federal retiree without cause. I was responding to a call. You ignored her proof of residency. I was following protocol. You mishandled her physically. It was just a standard. You threatened her with deadly force. North's jaw drops. No, I didn't mean I only. Cole's voice turns even colder. You escalated a peaceful moment into a hostile one because you chose to believe the neighbor's description instead of the woman standing in front of you. You assumed guilt. You assumed criminal intent. You assumed you knew who belonged here and who didn't. North goes silent. Because everyone knows what Agent Cole is really saying. Agent Mercer adds, and you did it on camera. Multiple cameras. North's face turns pale white. Fuller whispers, oh my God. Cole crosses his arms. This is going on record. North tries to speak, but no sound comes out. Marjorie Ellsworth tries to push forward, blurting, Officer North was only trying to protect the neighborhood. She looked suspicious. Agent Mercer stares directly at her. Suspicious, because she was black? Marjorie's face goes completely red. I didn't mean, I only thought, the owner was a white. Loretta looks right at her. My name is on the mailbox, Marjorie. I've invited you inside this house before. Marjorie's mouth opens, then closes. Nothing comes out. A young teen from down the street whispers loudly, Yo, this is wild. Cole turns back to Loretta. Ma'am, we will file a full report. You will receive personal follow-up from command. Loretta nods politely. Thank you. Then, Agent Cole looks to Officer North one last time. You owe her an apology. North swallows hard. He knows this isn't optional. He knows what refusing means. He steps forward. Looks at Loretta. Eyes trembling. I'm sorry, ma'am. Loretta doesn't smile. Doesn't nod. Doesn't let him off easy. She simply says, next time, listen. And look, not at my skin. At the truth. North's shoulders sag. He hears the message. Everyone hears it. Agent Mercer guides Loretta gently down the porch steps. Ma'am, if you want, we can escort you inside. Loretta shakes her head. No need. This is my home. I can walk into it by myself. Neighbors let out small breaths. They didn't even realize they were holding them. Agent Cole lowers his voice. Ma'am, if you ever need anything, you call us. We are always nearby. Loretta nods. Thank you, Darius. North blinks. Wait, you two know each other? Cole gives him a tiny smirk. She trained me. North nearly faints. Fuller whispers, she what? Cole nods. She was one of the best instructors the agency ever had. Taught me half of what I know. Loretta shrugs, humble. I taught you not to jump to conclusions. You clearly forgot that part. Cole laughs quietly. North turns red again. Marjorie stands frozen, humiliated, clutching her purse like a lifeline. The agents return to their SUV. Neighbors slowly drift away, embarrassed by their silence. Officer North remains on the sidewalk, unsure if he should speak or disappear. Loretta walks to her front door, calm, steady, light on her feet. She unlocks it with her own keys, pushes it open, turns back to the street. Her eyes land on the officers and the neighbor who tried to erase her identity with a single phone call. She gives them a simple nod. Not anger, not gloating, just quiet truth. Then she says one line, one that slices deeper than any shout. Belonging isn't given by people. It's earned by a life well lived. She steps inside. The door closes, and the street stays silent for a long, long time. If you enjoyed this powerful story, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more stories that open eyes and change hearts. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you saw Ms. Loretta being treated like that? Your thoughts matter.